Hey there everybody, it's Amanda, how's it going? And if you can fucking believe it, we're actually gonna do another toy review, a proper toy review, on an actually large, like, real action figure on this channel for the first time in a very, very long time. Thank you, everybody, for the response to my last video, doing that little minifigure guy. I can't even remember the name of the series now, but I did, you know, I got a lot of nice comments on that video, and people seem to enjoy it, and yeah, I really cannot promise that this will become a more regular thing, but I do have a couple of videos in mind that I will try to get done in the near future. And you know, the other thing is I got a new camera. This is like the nicest camera I've ever had in my life, actually, and it's a really good camera. I hope to actually be able to shoot toys properly with, and so I do have a lot of toys that have never been shot with a nice camera before, and so I'd kind of like to get good video of a lot of those figures, so that's kind of some idea of like where, you know, I'm headed as far as the content for this channel that I would like to keep producing. But as I said in my last video, you know, I've always loved to pick up Dragon Ball toys at Walgreens, and I've noticed these at Walgreens, this Dragon Stars, series for Dragon Ball Super for quite some time, and I haven't picked any of them up for two reasons. One, of the ones that I've seen at the Walgreens, I haven't been, I thought they were very nice figures, to tell you the truth. I'll say that right off the bat, but I didn't think that they were so nice that I really needed to buy another Super Saiyan Goku or Vegeta in, you know, for a collection that already has, you know, a ridiculous number of figures of those characters. And also, I thought the price point was a little high. These run about 20 bucks a piece, and I just didn't really want to spend that on them, but I always appreciated walking by them, you know, in the aisles, because I think that, you know, they are, you know, I haven't taken this out of the package yet. Yes, I'm probably getting a little ahead of myself. You know, there are certainly probably out there in the world nicer Dragon Ball figures than this series. Certainly, like, if you are going to compare them to, you know, the Figure Arts series and all that, and, you know, a lot of the nice sort of statuette figures that have come out over the last couple of years, sure. But as far as stuff that's, you know, been released into America, you know, in the last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, this is pretty exciting. I mean, just from the in-package, you know, well, yes, the packaging itself is quite nice, but just from looking at these figures in the packaging, this is such an enormous step up from the offerings that we had from Bandai America, you know, a couple of years back. I really should have, you know, I'm very foggy, and I don't remember a lot of things about the, you know, the history of Dragon Ball toys that I really should. I don't remember the name of the series of figures that came out a number of years ago. But they were very small. They were like 5-6 inch figures, or 4 or 5 inch figures. I mean, they were quite small, and they were very disappointing to a lot of people. And this Dragon Stars series, like, this is a pretty substantial figure with nice painting and looks like a lot of articulation. It looks like the Shenron piece that it comes with is of much higher quality than certainly that last series. Again, you know, really, I do want to point out, because I like to point it out, very nice packaging. So anyway, I saw this one on sale. These are sort of starting to go on sale little by little at Walgreens and various other places. I've also seen them at GameStop. And the one that I really want, that I hope I will find, I have found it before and just didn't pick it up when I should have, is the Beerus figure. I don't actually have any Beerus figure at all in my collection, and you know, when I did find him at GameStop that one time, and I neglected to pick him up when I should have, I really actually was quite impressed with that figure. Again, maybe there are better Beerus figures in the world, like the Figure Arts one, and well, did they release some, you know, some of those like articulated model kits of him, and you know, the more statuesque figures, but it's like a really nice articulated Beerus figure. So that's the one I really want. The Super Saiyan, the Goku, and the Vegeta, and the Super Saiyan Vegeta, and the Super Saiyan Goku, they're not bad figures. I mean, fuck, you could do so much worse. I mean, I think that is the bottom line with these toys, is, oh, holy shit, could you do so much worse. I just wasn't very impressed with the chest piece sculpting, especially on the Gokus. It just seemed very flat, and it just lacked a bit of sculptural detail that I thought was kind of important. But again, you know, nice figures, lots of articulation. And I have seen little bits of the newer figures. They did come in at my local GameStop, and so I got to see the newest line, which is you know, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Am I saying that right? You know, there's a lot of Super that I haven't seen, so I kind of I'm not entirely sure of what they've decided to call some of these new Super Saiyan forms, but, you know, blue-haired, Dragon Ball Super Gi Goku, which I thought was great. I thought it was a huge step up from the other Gokus in this line, and I actually would like to, that is a Goku figure I'd love to get. The Hit figure I thought looked fantastic. I'm trying to remember the other characters that I saw. The Trunks I thought looked really nice. I can already say that it looks like as the series is going on, the quality is getting even better. The choice of characters are really interesting. So I really, you know, again, I haven't even taken this fucking thing out of the box yet, but for everything that I know about the series so far and what it is already presenting me with, I do hope that this series gets a bit of a chance, gets to have some, you know, some more waves, and I am kind of looking forward to seeing where it's going. So let's fucking open this thing, though, because I have been waiting days for the right moment to make this video and and crack this thing open. So let's do it. Got my trusty pocket knife, which I usually use for sculpting. And, come on now. You can do it. I really don't want to tear the box if I don't have to. I haven't watched any other reviews of these guys, so I'm sure there are other people reviewing them in great detail. And perhaps you guys can recommend some other, you know, Dragon Ball YouTubers that are reviewing these figures. I should go check them out. Alright, so here's the Frieza in the packaging. I love the pearlescent purple, just the, you know, no overpainting whatsoever, but the detailing, I mean, it's really great. That looks like Frieza. I mean, you know, I can already see, sure, you know, you may have some, you know, because it's an articulated figure, you know, all of the proportions, you know, sure, are not perfect, perhaps. But this is a very well-proportioned Frieza figure. Okay, let's try to get him out. Sorry about the noise. I'm sure it's... Holy fuck. Okay. Wow. Huh. Weird hips. They detach a little bit like that. Wow. I wonder if this is the most articulated Frieza figure that I have. I mean, there's so many different Frieza figures from Dragon Ball history past that I have in my collection that, you know, really, if this was the old days of this channel, I would have pulled out and showed all of them, and I would have dressed up as Frieza at the same time. Maybe I'll do that later. Yeah, wow, this really looks great. This is just a nice size for a Dragon Ball toy. It's a nice size for a Frieza. You know, I don't know if he is to scale with the other characters necessarily, or, you know, toys of other lines and whatnot. And I know there are people that really worry about that kind of thing. But just individually, I mean, that's a great face sculpt. The head is maybe a little larger than it should be for the rest of the body, but I certainly don't give a flying fuck. Really well articulated. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know what the consensus on these toys are at all. I don't know if people are liking them or if they're hating them or what. But I'm pretty impressed, to tell you the truth. I mean, you know, it's been a long time since I've bought, you know, a Dragon Ball toy like this, and I can't really say that I'm unhappy with them. And I do have a lot of Frieza figures, you know, it's not like this is a character that I'm, you know, really, that I really need another figure of. But you know what? I gotta say, this is maybe one of my favorite Frieza figures I've ever owned. I did grab a couple of my other ones. Oh, everybody. I have the now these two are Irwin re-releases of these figures. So this is AB Frieza, and this is the Super Battle Collection Frieza, who I just, you know, I don't think enough videos or words on the internet have been written to express how doofy his eyes look. You know, these two figures are absolute classics, and I love them. But you know, the one thing that I feel like this figure kind of falls into is, you know, it's kind of a thing in Dragon Ball toys, that, you know, there's certain things that just get repeated over and over and over again. Like, there's a million different figures where, you know, the Saiyans have their fists clenched, you know, with their elbows bent at the sides of, you know, at their sides, and like there's a million figures that look like that, and it gets very, very repetitive. And with Frieza figures, they all have the same goddamn tail in the same position. I mean, for the most part. So this figure is not very original in that sense. It's kind of an homage to the history of Frieza figures to have his tail like that. But that's okay. I don't really know what else to say. I am quite impressed. I am quite happy. You know, sure, like I said, the head maybe is a little too big. Maybe there's some proportion issues. Obviously, you know, it's just standard that some things get, you know, replaced because of articulation and whatnot. But yeah, this is really great. I mean, this is a really cool series, and like I said, I really do look forward to seeing if it develops and how it develops. And yeah, if it does, and I can find these figures at a good enough price, I will probably pick a couple of more up. And if I do, I will make a video of them. Wait, quickly, let's just check out. I'm not going to switch his hands out, but he does come with 3 hands. You know, one with the pointy finger, and some, like, kind of key blasty open hands. And this is, like, the stupidest way possible of showing them. Let's see. So I guess we should use this as a camera test. Can it focus? Look at that! We have never had clarity of this kind on this channel. Never, never, ever, ever. Not pictorially or any other way. And then the piece of Shenron I should just mention too before we leave. So yeah, this would be nice to have, you know, all put together. It's quite hard plastic. You know, again, that last series that came out a number of years ago of the sort of smaller figures, also had a buildable Shenron, and it sucked. Like, the plastic was horrible. It, like, didn't stay together well. It looked stupid. It had a dumb base, from what I remember, too. So this is of a much higher quality, and, you know, frankly, it's always nice to have some kind of Shenron in one's collection. You know, so that would be neat to see all put together. I hope it's nice, all put together. Anyway, so, once again, this has been Old Fan. I will be back with more Dragon Ball toy reviews when I can. Thank you very much for watching. All the best, and bye for now. I am Frieza.